What's up, guys? This is another video I'm making. I'm here with my babies. I'm on my way to my friend's house so we can do a little plate testing. So I want to make a video talking about oh, my chain is pulling my chest hairs. I want to make a video talking about certain cards that I think are probably going to get banned and cards that you should be playing. You probably picked up on it if you watched a bunch of YouTube videos or like national top deck lists and stuff like that. So Pot of Prosperity, if you see like the top deck lists or like winning deck lists, almost every top meta deck plays it. It's, if your deck can play Pot of Prosperity, that's like an inherent deck advantage over your opponent if your opponent can't play it. Mainly because it lets you dig more into your deck. It's kind of like, I guess you could say Pot of Desires, where, you know, a lot of people say, oh, it's a neg-9, but the truth of the matter is, you would have never even got to see the next 10 cards of your deck if you couldn't win with the 5 cards that you drew into, right? So it doesn't matter that if you banish the top 10 cards. People say it's a neg-9. So that's the same thing with Prosperity, but if the drawback is nowhere near as bad if you go into the grind game, right? Because you're probably playing cards that you can't afford to banish from your extra deck. So this kind of really ties into my previous video, which talks about you win 50% of your dice rolls, right? So it's a 50% chance you're going to go first or second. So this is one of those cards, it's like a filler card that it's okay, it's good to draw if you go first, and it's good to draw if you go second, right? It helps you see more of your going second cards. It increases the percentage chance of seeing your going second cards, as well as increasing your percentage chance of seeing your going first cards, as well as, you know, combo starters, and etc. So in my opinion, this card is definitely gonna get hit. Like, there's no way this card is gonna remain in the game. I feel like we're gonna get to the point where every deck is gonna run 3 of this card. Furthermore, the next card I'm gonna talk about is triple tactic thrust, triple whatever it's called. Thrust is, again, kind of falls into the same category as Pot of Prosperity. It's the reason why it's in so many top deck lists, because it's an amazing going first card, right? If they hand trap you, you pretty much could auto win, because you can get to either engine if they stop your engine, or you can get to talents, which you look at your opponent's hand and you auto win the game pretty much. Or it's an amazing going second card, right? Going into an established board, you can just use it, search whatever card you need to fix your hand. So, so those 3 cards, I would say talents, thrust, and prosperity are a little on the ridiculous side. And if your deck can play them, you should for sure play them. There's a reason why every top deck list right now is playing 3 of these cards. At one point, people were playing 2, like 2 thrust or 1 thrust or stuff like that, but now you could just tell, like, everyone's just maxing these cards out. They're realizing how broken they are. Furthermore, I kind of want to talk about thrust, because I think that's actually the most toxic one out of all of them. Not really toxic, but like the most broken one, and I definitely see it getting hit. I have a theory with my friend Henry. It's called the theory of one-ofs. It's something that I also implemented in my first place regional deck list. It's a video for another time, but it's a theory that me and my friend Henry made up, and thrust kind of lets you play more into the theory of one-ofs. So, like, you know how people are playing like 1 dark hole, 1 evenly, 1 of dimensional barrier in their main deck, and then thrust could become any one of those cards. So essentially you're playing like 4 de-barriers, right? Or you're playing 4 lightning storms going second. So I think thrust and Pot of Prosperity, if you could play them, especially with 1 tactics or like even 3 tactics, you should for sure do that. These cards they're probably gonna get hit. I think they're that broken. And if you can't play them, I think you should deck build to play against them. So maybe try to play a little more of like go into like a board breaker approach, or side anti-spell. Anti-spell has been phenomenal for me recently, just because a lot of people are playing thrust and talents and prosperity. Also droll could be decent. But yeah, that's pretty much it. quick little side note, if you do not have access to these cards, so if you don't have access to Prosperity, Thrust, or Talents, I highly recommend playing Droplets, especially now that Rise Hard is banned. You can play Droplets, and Book of Eclipse, obviously people are playing that. Cards like that are both amazing going first and going second, right? But again, in my personal opinion, cards like Talents, Thrust, Prosperity are going first and going second cards, which is why they're so broken. And they increase consistency as well as consistency to see your combo, right? To do what your deck is supposed to do. As well as if you do have combo, they're able to let you see side deck cards to blow your opponent out of the water. So yep, I think Droplets dropped down to like a decent price now, so I think it's pretty affordable. Yeah, just play going first and going second cards.